So with all these degrees, a lot of the times, people expect for us to do something with these degrees, right? They like, I don't know, expect us to take over the world. I don't know what they expect exactly. But I feel like entrepreneurship is not usually it. Like that's not really the expectation, right? So how are you, and how did you navigate the expectation that everybody thinks, when you have a degree, you need to do research, you need to teach, you need to write a book, you need to like all these other things, but you transitioned into something that feels more fulfilling as a coach. So how are you navigating the expectations that other people have had on you?
So this is interesting. Before, as I was going to school, climbing up my career ladder, I could
Hmm.
care less what people expected of me because I always did the like opposite. Don't care. I saw something I wanted to try. I go do. You shouldn't do that. Or I had this presence where people really didn't come for me like that. But
Mm.
the moment I started not feeling like I belonged in certain
Hmm.
places, especially in higher education,
Hmm.
my it really started in my doctoral program.
Hmm.
My self-worth and self-esteem took a fall, a crash.
Mm.
So that I think left the door open for me to accept anybody's criticism, judgment, expectation because I was lost. Like whatever you want
Mm.
at this point, whatever you wanted me to do, I'm going to do it because I
Yeah.
don't trust myself anymore
Hmm.
for a lot of reasons. So I left myself open for that. And that transitioned a little bit into when I became a college professor about what was expected. But then after I really started working on myself and
Hmm.
focusing on personal development, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It was a moment. And I started coming back to myself. And when people had these expectations of me, especially in the workplace as a college professor, I bumped against it. And it wasn't so much being in the entrepreneur space at that time. It was, I don't like what's
Mm.
going on here professionally.
Hmm.
So I'm going to make some changes. And I turned a lot of things upside down because I was like, I don't like this bubble that people placed on me.
Mm.
But I could control that. I knew that world. So it was okay.
Sure.
Coming into entrepreneurship, it was still a foreign concept for me.
Hmm.
And for the longest time, I kept saying I'm the accidental entrepreneur, as
Mm.
if God made mistakes. So
Hmm. Hmm.
by me saying I was the accidental entrepreneur, that kind of let me out. That kind of gave me an out of, well, I don't have to have any expectations, but then that on me, but then that kind of let me to rely on other coaches and people who I
Hmm.
thought knew better.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they would put what they thought because
Hmm.
of my degrees, who
Mm.
I should be talking to, who I
Hmm.
should be coaching. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
it's different if I had the idea, but it was like, oh no, this is you. I see you
Hmm.
doing this and you
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
with that. And I went, I was like, well, obviously they know best,
Sure.
even though I'm the one with the knowledge. Like
Right. Right.
I'm the one who did this, but that was an expectation that I wasn't familiar with. And then I couldn't control
Mm.
that world. I didn't know anything about that.
Sure.
So
Oh, you were new.
I just, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
or
just,
like new as an entrepreneur, not new as a, like the thing that you were doing. Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
for me, the expectations were more, I guess, harmful in the entrepreneurial space
Mm.
because
Interesting.
I didn't, again, went back to, I have these ways of trusting myself and it was like, get it together.
Hmm.
It's like
Hmm.
you can hear the knowledge, but it's your own intuition.
Yeah.
So you can't go based on what they expect of you. You need to
Hmm.
remember who you are at your core first, and then you
And
can
then
take what they say. So for me, it was
good.
more challenging with the expectations going into the entrepreneurial space.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I can see.